Okay. So in the last session, we tested up to reporting ledger. We'll pick the next topic. Secondary ledger. What is the use case to implement reporting ledger? You want to report the data which is available in your primary ledger in the different currency. Then you can use reporting ledger. Now the same case you can take. You want to report to head office. Okay, head office or corporate or okay, you just HQ, whatever the name you can keep. You want to report. When you are reporting, you want to report just in the different currency. Yes, you can use the reporting ledger. Now, not only currency, you are going to use the different chart of accounts also. Say what corporate office team is saying. Say, take the example. You have a headquarters, HQ, headquarters in India, and you are operating the business in multiple countries. To take the example of in US, you have a subsidiary company. US primary ledger, what are the transactions you are recording? You have to report to India. As per your primary ledger, what are the chart of accounts are using? Say you have a seven or eight segments. What India team is asking is, we don't need complete data, all the segments data. When we are reporting each and every transaction data to headquarters, send only two segments data. That is a requirement. If if they are asking to send data in a different currency, yes, you can send in the different currency, or it could be same currency. Anything is fine. But the key difference between this use case and this secondary ledger use case is if only currency is different in terms of reporting requirement, you can use the reporting ledger. Other than currency, if any component is different, here which component chart of account is going to be different. So as per your primary ledger seven segments, now as per reporting requirement, only two segments data you have to send to headquarters. Now with the two segments you have to create the chart of accounts. Whenever you send the data from primary ledger to secondary ledger, only two segments data will be reported. Currency can be same or different. That business can take decision how they want to report. So that's how we can use the secondary ledger concept. Okay, that's how you can use the secondary ledger. Now we'll take the case. So a secondary ledger, we have to report to headquarters only two segments data. For that, we have to create the separate chart of accounts with the two segments because reporting requirement is sending only two segments data. Fine. So we'll go and create, I mean, chart of accounts with the two segments. We'll see that. Say, create COA with the two segments. By using the two segment chart of accounts, create secondary ledger. Create secondary ledger. Set ledger options. Create COA mapping between chart of accounts, which is going to be your primary and secondary. Okay, you can take the point as, yeah, you can take create mapping, create COA mapping. Okay, After completing chart of accounts mapping, also you have to do the mapping between your primary ledger and the secondary ledger. So you can take the point as, yeah, take as, or you can take as map primary ledger and the secondary ledger. After mapping primary ledger and secondary ledger, so which user is going to access secondary ledger data, which is coming from primary, for that access purpose create separate user. A user who is from India, okay, that user you have to create user. You can name it as alt inc secondary ledger. To the same user, assign the basic GL roles. Assign GL roles. To the GL roles, we assign our secondary ledger. Assign secondary ledger to GL roles. Okay. So primary ledger ideally we call as PL. The secondary ledger, reporting ledger, we don't you call those with the short names. You call as a reporting ledger, secondary ledger. Here, since we are discussing, we are using the short name as SL. Ideally, we don't call it as SL. Okay, we call as secondary ledger, RL, reporting ledger. We don't call as RL, reporting ledger only we call. There is no short naming convention, short names we use. We call as a reporting secondary. That's how it is. Fine. And what you can do is you can once your roles are assigned and all data also assigned. Data means here secondary ledger. Run LDAP job. Run LDAP job. Finally, open the periods in secondary ledger. Open periods in secondary ledger. So these are the basic setups. Okay, these are the setups you have to complete to implement the secondary ledger concept. Once setups are ready, create journal in primary ledger. Also, you should post it, then review journal in secondary ledger. So it would be reported with the two segments. So we'll see that. So first we'll go and create chart of accounts with the two segments. We'll create chart of accounts with a company and a account. Click on search, manage structures, click on create, say alt INC secondary text field. Click delimiter, save it, click on create, segment name is company. Sequence number 1, prompt, short prompt, display with assign the same value set. Save and close. Create natural account segment. So display with this. Oh, sorry, this is prompt account. Short prompt also save. The display width you can take here as in 20. Save and close. And create instance. Select structure name, Alt IMC, secondary flex fill, and mark these two segments as required. Save and close. Done. Deploy. Okay. It will take a couple of minutes time. Meantime, we'll keep something ready. So anyway, we cannot create a secondary ledger. We cannot do all this. We'll create a user and I'll keep ready. Okay, create a user and assign GL roles that we can complete meantime. So go to security console. Users and user account. The username is AltINC SL secondary ledger. Assign GL roles. So general accounting manager. Set password. Okay. So it's almost completed. Now we'll go and create the secondary ledger. Chart of account study will create the secondary ledger. From here, you search for secondary ledger. Here is a task manage secondary ledgers. You want to report data or transactions to secondary ledger from which primary ledger? From this Alt INC US primary ledger. So Make sure your primary ledger is in the selected scope. Click on Manage Primary Ledgers. So from this Alt INC US Primary Ledger, you will report to secondary ledger. Click on Create. So as per primary ledger, how this data is selected, you can see. Now we are going to create secondary ledger other side. Alt INC secondary ledger. Select chart of accounts, whatever we created just now. It got deployed also. So Alt INC secondary flex. Accounting calendar. It could be same accounting calendar as your primary, or it could be different one. I'm choosing same Alt INC. Currency in terms of reporting, you may want to report in USD only, or if required, you can report in INR. If it is USD, you no need to set currency conversion rates. If it is in different currency, if you are going to report in INR, additional setup is you have to set daily rates. That is only the point. Now we are going to report in the same currency. Only the difference is chart of accounts. As per primary ledger, 7 segment chart of accounts. As per secondary ledger, 2 segment chart of accounts. That is the difference. Your accounting method and all not required because you are going to use this within the GL application only. So data conversion, keep a journal. So save and close.
Lakshman,
Yep.
if I want to create a secondary ledger only for the calendar wise, can I use a chart of account structure which I created in primary ledger?
Only chart of a calendar.
Yeah, only calendar is different, like business calendar and Gregorian calendar. In primary ledger, I have a Gregorian. In secondary ledger, I want business calendar.
Yes.
Can I use same chart
Yeah,
of
you
account
can use.
structure?
You can use same chart of accounts. You can use. Now we are using the same calendar. Now we are using the same currency, the same anything. Anything can be different. Then only we'll go. Only currency is different. Use reporting ledger other than currency. Any component is different. Yes, we can create the second ledger.
Okay.
Yeah. Now set the ledger options for your secondary ledger. Select your secondary ledger. Save and close. Okay. So ideally, like this secondary ledger. Okay. The review and the submit accounting configuration. So you can just click on this and you select Alt INC. See here, 1 second, let me drag it here. So this is our US primary ledger. Okay, Alt INC US primary ledger. So the same status system will take for your secondary ledger. Okay, review and submit. You no need to submit for your secondary ledger. Okay, because what we are doing is against the second primary ledger only we are creating secondary ledger. The same status system will apply for our secondary ledger. Okay, just only 2 steps of create secondary ledger and set ledger options. Then it will understand as it's deployed also. The same synchronization it will take into consideration. Okay. So for your primary ledger, whatever the status we have, the same status will be applicable for your secondary ledger here. That is the point you can make a note. next,
नहीं मैं आपको बड़ी नहीं
please
यार
go on mute. Please go on mute. Please make sure you're on mute or not. And create COA mapping. Okay, create COA mapping between these two chart of accounts, primary ledger chart of accounts and the secondary ledger chart of accounts. Okay, so here is the task. Complete primary to secondary ledger mapping. Click on this task. Not this one, just first we have to complete, then you can select here. Just directly you can type here. Chart of accounts mapping. Search with the term called as mapping. Okay, let me refresh this page. So manage chart of accounts mappings. This is the task we have to use. Click on the same and click on create Alt-INC COA mapping. Select your target and source. Target is nothing but secondary ledger chart of accounts. So our target is secondary ledger chart of accounts. Select. Source is our primary ledger chart of accounts. Alt-INC. Now here you can specify. Here system is showing target chart of account related segments. Target chart of account is secondary ledger. Within that we have two segments only. Now we have to do the mapping. So mapping method select as copy value from source. So now here you can select which segment data you want to copy to, or which segment that you want to map to which segment. Company to company and account to account. Only two segments we have. Even you have a 7 segments or 6 segments as per your primary, company data should go to company, account data should go to account. This is our complete mapping. Just say save and close. Now the same we have to complete mapping between the primary and the secondary. Already we created secondary ledger and we have a primary ledger. Between these two, this mapping what we created, we have to select. We have to apply for this. We'll see that.
Lakshman, in reality, will these value set codes for these two segments for secondary ledger would be same as in for primary ledger, or can that be
That is
different?
see, with a plan only you create, right? You want to report, that is the reason you are creating. You cannot have like one secondary ledger, okay, for multiple primary ledgers. It's a one to one, okay. So that is the reason, okay, that is the reason. Whatever the chart of accounts values you are using in your primary ledger, same we will use. There won't be any separate requirement. Here the point is, from US you want to report to India. When you are reporting, what data you want to report, that you can specify how many segments and all. Right? This would be same values you will maintain.
Okay.
Same segments. How many segments you'll decide accordingly will create. That's all. Fine.
Oh, so
Lakshman,
it can
if
be
the
more than
accounts,
two segments also then.
Yeah, that's your business, your requirement. Say you have 8 segments as per primary. You want to report only 2 or only 3 or only 4. That is up to
Okay.
you, like how detailed or how summarized data you want to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, in secondary ledger, we cannot have more than more segments than primary ledger, right?
If you have, from where you get the data,
Yeah.
right? See, first of all, US
Mm.
team is not recording the transactions with the more details. They are recording the data with 8. If you
Mm.
want to get as it is, yes, you can get, right? As
Yeah,
team, if you
right.
want to get, you can get max what they're recording, not more than what they're recording.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
Right,
it is.
right.
Yes.
So value sets and values we can always use same, right?
Yeah,
Whatever is
same.
there.
We have to use the same.
Okay.
Otherwise, like when data is coming from primary to secondary,
Mm-hmm.
how the transactions can be supported. Like when data will come from primary to secondary ledger, in primary you have one company, so
Mm-hmm.
secondary you don't have that company. Okay, so that is the reason we use same value sets.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
A
Lakshman,
complete, yeah.
if you have a different natural accounts like a series, like in primary ledger one series like statutory purpose and balance sheet purpose, you'll create another natural account. How do we manage in this?
See, ideally we use the same. If you have such kind of scenario, you can do the mapping at account level. Here you can go to account rules. You do the mapping. Your target account would be in our secondary ledger chart of accounts. You choose something.
Okay.
Okay. Which company, which account. Okay. So this is the account and this is the company I'm using. Okay. Total data, total cash related data should come to this account. Okay. And
Okay.
here you can specify the range of accounts. Okay. Between these are all like with this the balances which are belongs to this range of accounts is all should go and sit in this target account. This is how you can do mapping. Okay.
Okay. If it is, yeah, only account or anything we can
Anything,
all
anything.
any
See here,
segment.
anything.
Okay.
Yeah, anything. Because your target is two segments only, right? That is the reason here two segments.
Yeah.
And these are two
Okay.
segments max you can set for these two segments only. Or else you can set like this. Okay, I'll remove this. Here you given company 1,000, right?
Yes.
Here you can say company and you can say, so in the primer ledger, okay, in the primer ledger, so what are the companies we have? Like 1,000 to
2000.
5,000. These all companies, 1,000 to 5,000 means five companies only. We are using values like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, right? These five
Yeah.
companies balances should goes to
This company and account.
only no no only 1,000 in secondary.
Okay.
Account again you have to send. This is for company.
Account new field.
Account you can send. Yeah. This is how you can do the mapping. If ideally it would be same. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Delete it. Save and close. Done. Next point is you have to complete the mapping between these two ledgers. Okay. Complete primary to secondary ledger mapping. Please go on mute. So when you ask the question, you guys are just there forgetting to mute. Please don't mind to mute. Complete primary ledger to secondary ledger mapping. Click on this task. Yes, here you have your primary as well as secondary. And just now we created chart of accounts mapping. That mapping we have to select here. Say save and close. Done. Simple task. Already we created a user and the roles also assigned. Now assign secondary ledger to GL. Okay. Assign secondary ledger to user roles. The task is data access for users.
Sir, when we were creating secondary ledger, the primary ledger was already selected. So what is the need of mapping again?
See, mapping means from which primary you want to send the data to which primary ledger to date. See, from one point you are specifying from which primary ledger you want to send the data to secondary ledger. And second point again, mapping means really 100% you are not doing the mapping.
Mhm.
I've seen right. See, we created a mapping, right? That mapping we are selecting. Mapping means which company, which segment should data should goes to which segment. That mapping we are doing, not again. See here, primary to secondary. This is the primary. This primary data should goes to the secondary. We made it clear.
Yeah.
Okay, it will go. In this you have a 7 segments. In this you
Yeah.
have a 2 segments. Now you tell
Segments.
me 7 segments. Which data will go to this 2 segments?
That mapping we created.
Yeah, that only we selected.
Okay. Okay. So we are selecting that mapping here.
Ah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's what we
Okay.
did. That's
Understood.
only we are doing.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Lakshman, can we please go a bit slow? That's why like this is
I'm
becoming a
going
bit.
slow. I'm going slow only. Okay. Detail level I'm explaining. I'm going slow. Okay. If required, I'll reduce if I can. Definitely.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Fine. So the next task is what? So assign secondary ledger to GL roles. Okay. Assign secondary ledger to.
Lakshman, in mapping primary ledger to secondary ledger, where we saw there is a source also, right? Specific sources we can map it.
Yeah.
No, in the mapping primary ledger and secondary ledger, where we added mapping details, right?
Yes.
Below journal conversion rules,
Yes.
journal source.
Yeah, see, very simple. Here we are telling to the system when you are sending the data. Okay, when you are sending the data, so what you want to transfer from primary to secondary. Okay, which sources and which
Yeah.
categories. So here you can say transfer journals to this secondary ledger. So journal source, other means all.
Okay.
See, you have your primary ledger. What are the journal sources you can have in your primary ledger? Maybe manual when you create journal within the GL, right?
Yeah.
Payables,
Spreadsheet.
receivables, assets, cash management, and you will get data from different other applications also, right?
Yeah.
Now you are setting when you say journal source, other means
Okay.
all. Journal category. When you talk about AP, data will come into your primary ledger from AP. AP means purchase invoice and payments.
Yeah.
Receivable sales invoice and receipts. You are setting all. You are setting yes means transfer journals to this secondary ledger. Yes means all journal sources related journals, all journal category related journals transfer to this secondary ledger. Yeah,
Okay.
right.
If you want to exclude, we can exclude also, right?
Yeah,
Specific
you see
source.
these two are excluded. Revaluation journals we don't want to send to secondary ledger. Closing journals we don't want to send to secondary ledger. When we are closing the books, the entries what you pass, those you don't want to send. It's a
Like
default.
from
You don't need
others
to.
in other category, all sources are selected. If you want, like I want to exclude receivables,
Yeah,
I
you
can do
can.
that.
Yes, you can do this. Generally, we don't do this. This is what is the default that supports.
Use it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. You can select your specific application and accordingly you can select receivables. There is no need you want to exclude or something, receipts, etc.
Mm.
So to know.
This option
Now,
should be selected.
one second.
Yeah, yeah,
Now we given all right. All
Yeah.
sources, all categories we given, but we are excluding this. from
Okay.
receivables, and what are the receipts data we have in the GL that should not be transferred to secondary ledger. Yeah. This is how you can explore. Yeah, please.
So this option post journals automatically from source ledger. It should be yes, right? Otherwise, you will have to do it again here.
Anything is fine. Yes, if you want to set yes, you can keep it, or else you can keep no. Once data will go there, you can post there. Yes. If you set
Okay.
the post journals automatically from source ledger, so the moment you transfer the data, automatically it will be posted. Okay, because
Okay.
they give an option how you want to
Right.
clear out.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And the
Yeah.
return journal created from the source ledger means in the source ledger journal is created by Mr. X.
Hmm.
Okay. When it will be copied to secondary ledger, you want to see the same name or you don't want to see that. If you said to no, you will not be able to see who created this journal original in the primary ledger. If you
Okay.
keep
Yeah.
yes, so return journal creator. Okay, who created journal in the primary ledger? The same you will be able to see in the secondary ledger also. Yeah. So that's how it is.
Okay. Yeah.
Fine. Now assign secondary ledger to user roles. So task is data access for users.
We already did that, Lakshmi.
We assign?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, we
No,
didn't assign. We
no,
just
no.
came out.
Okay.
Alt IMC secondary ledger. Alt IMC secondary ledger. Hey, we selected, but we didn't save the time, right? Just we
Okay.
just save one clause. Now synchronize. Done. Now open periods in secondary ledger. So general accounting period clause. Select current period as a target period. Okay, done. Current period status is open in the secondary ledger. Okay, in secondary ledger also we used USD only. In case secondary ledger level you use INR, one more additional setup is you have to set the daily rates. That's all. Now create journal in primary ledger. And one more important point, the primary ledger is associated with our reporting ledger also. Reporting ledger is in INR. It always look for the rates. If today rates are not available because of reporting ledger, you cannot transfer the data to secondary ledger also. So now set up the rates. We don't need rates for secondary ledger because primary ledger and secondary ledger currencies are same, chart of accounts are different. To our primary ledger, already we created one reporting ledger. Reporting ledger is a different currency. it will expect the rates. If rates are not available with the today date, it will fail. So for that reason, set the rates.
Lakshman, if you don't want to create a reporting ledger, like the currency in different currency you want to report in the as part of secondary ledger, also we can use it, right? We no need to create reporting
Yeah,
ledger.
yeah, you can do that. You can do that. But these two are different, right?
Yeah.
So price reporting means as it is, just currency different. Secondary means you may not take the data as it is with respect to chart of accounts and the calendar.
Okay. Calendar and currency is different. We can do that, right? Only in secondary.
Only currency different, use second. Reporting any other component is different, use secondary.
Okay.
Yeah. Check with the today date, any rates are available. No. Just quickly go and create. Click on edit, enable editing, connect. Skip. So USD2. Better you can type directly. So rate type is corporate from date Feb 27, 24, March 31st, 24. At a time we are setting for more than 1 month. Okay. So one way we are setting, other way inverse rate system will create automatically. And go to create daily rates and submit. Done. Now rate would be available till next month ending, right? Let's create it. Right. Now we are setting this rate for reporting ledger. Already reporting ledger we have. Otherwise, if you think why to maintain this rates, already tested reporting ledger, what you can do is go to reporting currencies. Here is a reporting currency against your primary ledger. You select this and you can disable the conversion. That means from now you don't want to report to reporting ledger. Now you don't need to worry about the exchange rates. So disable. So that's how you can just disable. In that case, you don't need to maintain the rates. Now create journal and post to
Lakshman,
the.
yeah. Lakshman, there is one use case where daily rates I will create on third day or fourth day in a month. Okay, not on first day.
No, no, no. Reality, everyday morning rates will come. Okay.
Okay, if you do,
Yeah.
yeah, if you don't have it, so what will happen in the reporting ledger? The
Fail.
journals will not get
It
transferred.
will fail. It will fail. That's all.
Can
Won't be
we,
like
after
that.
creating,
Won't be
can we
like that. You
refresh?
may create with certain intervals, but you will be creating for certain period. Say, I may create
Yeah.
daily rates weekly also. Nothing wrong. I'll create at a time today for 2 weeks or 1 week. Or else that totally depends from where you are taking that service. When you are taking the service, but always you have to make sure that with everyday rate is available, with what frequency you are importing the rates, you take the decision. So I have seen the cases for many clients, the rates will come daily in the morning time, okay, before business will kick off, or else some cases they'll be loading for entire week, because when they have a some kind of terms with the banks where they accepted this is the rate we can proceed. It may be more or less, but this is the rate we are able to support you. In those scenarios, they'll be loading at a time for 1 week, and most of the cases, every day the rates they'll be importing. The rate can be same or different. Daily base they'll be importing this, that they'll schedule it. Yeah, rate should be there. If you are performing the any foreign currency transaction, any transaction, maybe reporting or recording the transaction, that rates need to be maintained in the system. Means I mean to say rates are required. Okay, since foreign currency transaction you are recording, or else you are recording primary only. In primary ledger, you are recording the your ledger currency transaction with the ledger currency, but you have a requirement of reporting. So rates are required. Rates are you should maintain. What are the intervals you are following in your company doesn't matter. System will check available or not. Otherwise, it will fail. You cannot post your primary ledger journal also.
Okay, it will not allow to post primary ledger
Won't
also. You
allow.
mean?
It won't allow.
Okay.
Yeah. Now create journal within the primary ledger. So go to journals. So create journal. I'm giving batch name as one, journal name as one. I'll record the journal within my primary ledger in my ledger currency only. Now save the journal complete, or else ignore directly. You can post also. Post it. When you post, what system will do is if any reporting ledger is available, it will verify rates are available with the same data or not between this USD and your reporting currency. If rates are available, okay. If rates are not available, you will just it will end with error and it will give the message rates are not available. So you cannot post in the primary since you mapped reporting ledger, secondary ledger with this. As per secondary ledger and reporting ledger, what are the currencies, okay, you are going to maintain the information in those books. With those currency, this currency conversion rate should be available. Just refresh. So select it for posting. Posted. Anyway, reporting ledger we disabled. Even if you don't disable it, will work because already rates we defined. Now you can go and find the same same journal within the secondary ledger. Okay, within the secondary ledger, go to secondary ledger user, Alt I and C. We give a name as SL secondary ledger. Now go to general accounting, journals. Manage journals, click on search. The journal is reported. Open it. So what is the conversion? Two segments only. There six or seven segments, here two segments. If you scroll little down, you can see is reported as per secondary ledger chart of accounts. So even it is created as per primary ledger chart of accounts, it is reported as per secondary ledger chart of accounts because we did the mapping between primary ledger chart of accounts and the secondary ledger chart of accounts. Now it is there within the secondary ledger. So that's why here you can take action post. And there also we have seen mapping time. If you want to post directly there, if you set to yes, here it will be available in the posted status. We didn't set there as a post. Now here you can post. Ideally, we don't allow that secondary ledger users to post it. We will set a control in the mapping itself to be posted. That's the reality. And we don't record any transactions in the secondary ledger. Okay. We never record any transactions. Here, if you go to task panel, you have a provision to create journals. You can create, but doesn't make sense. If you are creating here, whatever the data is coming from primary, purpose is to receive the data from primary, to copy the data from primary as per how you are expecting the data. Okay, you are not supposed to create. System will allow, but you should not create. It could be your reporting ledger or secondary ledger. System is allowing. System will allow. Okay, but we should not create. Okay, the data integrity, whatever we have in primary, the same should come to your reporting or secondary if you are going to maintain this. You should not create. That's it. So
Lakshman,
what is
if
the
both
story
the
of secondary ledger? Yeah.
primary secondary ledger assigned to same user, how to change that? Like navigation.
Primary, secondary, you assign to same user.
Yeah.
When you are navigating to, whenever you go to any page, you will have a like ledger selection. Right now, I'm in this page.
Yeah.
Here is the
In
ledger.
top.
You can switch. There will be one option will be enabled as a change. Click on change. The drop down two ledgers would be there and you can change. Not only secondary, primary, it could be any ledger. Okay.
Okay.
For any ledger, system creates a data access set.
Okay. If you have access, we can change it then.
Yeah. Now this user got access to only this. That is the reason one only it is displayed. More ledgers, there will be one option to change. Click on change. It will list out how many ledgers this user got access. It could be primary or secondary reporting or else many primaries, or it could be ledger set, right?
Yeah.
You can change. Once you change, when you click on create journals, you will be system will stick to that only. Now you will be
Okay.
able to create journals within this one. Here you cannot change. Before
Okay.
coming into journal creation page, you can change.
Okay.
Yep.
Lakshman, few more use cases I have. Like if secondary ledger period and primary ledger period is different, I close the secondary ledger period. Can I post the backdated entries in primary ledger?
See, it's not like a period is different and all. The period's not like that. The say you may have a calendar in the primary ledger Jan to December. In your
Yeah.
secondary, you may have a periods from April to March. That's how the periods should match, but calendar can be different. That's what we have to understand.
Okay. Because in my current client, they have a 445 calendar and Gregorian calendar.
Hmm.
445 calendar they will use for PNL. Balance sheet they will use Gregorian calendar.
Okay.
So when I create a secondary ledger with 445 calendar only for the PNL
Have you
reporting purpose.
created?
No, we haven't done. We are planning to do in Fusion.
Yeah. No, not like that. Just the periods names should match.
Names will match, but the date range is different.
Your date range, that's fine. Control, like when I talk about periods, control will be at period level only. We are not going to close anything date wise, right?
Hmm.
That you take care. That is okay. That's what I'm mentioning. The periods, the period name should match. Otherwise, see, I'm sending the data from my primary to secondary. Okay. When my secondary ledger periods are starting and ending doesn't matter. When I'm sending the data from primary related to Feb, the February period should be in the secondary ledger. Okay.
Okay, I will tell you the scenario.
This is the
February.
end of the session. Okay.
Okay,
This session is not for that, just to understand the functionality. If you have questions, I'll answer, but I cannot stop this for the
sure,
questions.
sure, Lakshmi, no problem. Thank you.
Sir, one question.
Yeah.
Uh, right now, we have created a manual journal. If let's say if we are creating an AR invoice, we have transaction journal entry.
It could be anything. The moment you post, it will trigger the process. That is the point you have to understand. It may be manual journal, it may be imported from payables, receivables, or third-party application. System is not going to look at that. What system will do? The moment you click on post,
Post.
it will trigger the process of transferring from primary to secondary.
Okay.
That-
Okay.
Fine.
Even
And
even
sir,
Lakshman
can we
from
see?
Yeah, please.
Can we see like so in secondary ledger we would be able to see journal only, right? We will not be
Only
able to see
journal.
any transaction details. No?
Only journal.
Okay.
Lakshman,
Okay.
Transaction details where, like, can you see in the primary ledger transaction details?
Mm, we can drill down. No? There we can.
Drill down. Drill down is okay. I'm not talking about drill down. Okay. Transactions you cannot see. Drill down is a separate thing. Just journal is available, you can drill down. Yeah, that is possible. But transactions you cannot see. No ledger transaction you can see, you may drill down. The same is applicable for secondary ledger or any ledger.
Okay. Okay. And when we say this, like we call these applications as sub ledgers, but ideally we just have one ledger, right? Primary ledger where it goes. For sub ledger we don't have a ledger, no.
Sorry?
I'm saying that we have one ledger only, right? Where all
One
the sub ledger
primary
entries.
ledger. We have one primary ledger. Yes. What is your question?
And for that we can create a secondary ledger, but for sub ledgers I mean because actually what there was like yesterday we ran some AP trial balance report, so is there any
No, no,
sub
I'll tell
ledger
you. I'll
also?
tell you. You have a
So
primary ledger.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you have some reporting ledger or secondary ledger.
Hmm.
Okay. The best practice is from subledgers, you send the data to GL. Okay. You
Mhm.
send the data to GL. So the same, nothing new I'm going to talk about. The same. Yeah. You send the data to
Hmm.
GL. So you may have a different ledgers, like with you call as reporting, you call as secondary. From your primary ledger, you will send the data to GL. This is the best practice. The other option you have, okay, other option you have, like you can send the data to these ledgers also separately. From subledgers, you can send the data. Okay, subledgers you
Hmm.
can send the data. You may maintain your secondary ledger in the different accounting method. Okay, different
Mhm.
accounting method. So you will be sending anyway data to your primary ledger, but that is default. Apart from that, if
Yeah.
you want to send directly report data from subledgers to these also you can do, but generally this is the routing we follow. If you want to do
Hmm.
that, the conversion level you can set that.
But sir, do we see sub ledger entries anywhere? Like right now when we see journals, we see primary ledger
No, no,
and
no,
entries
no
account.
ledger you can see the subledger entries. Only any ledger it will receive the data in the form of journal only.
Okay. Okay.
Any ledger journal data you can see. Only in the subledger you see subledger entries. It could be primary, reporting, secondary. You will have it journals only, as in the form of accounting entries. That's all.
Yes, so the subledger thing, I mean subledger entries, like for example, for AR transaction, we have sub entries in subledger. So where do we see this the subledger thing?
Subledger only. In AR only you can open and see.
Okay.
See, you are recording the transaction in the subledger. Subledger means
Mm.
APR applications. We are
Yeah,
calling the subledger. See, I have AP. AP, I have created invoice.
yeah.
And I created accounting. Okay.
Yeah.
Accounting entries will be created with the help of SLA.
Mm.
With the
Yeah.
help of SLA, what system will create? Journal entry.
Journal entry.
This journal entry will be transferred to
Memory ledger.
general ledger. This journal entry will come to general ledger. Your general ledger means your primary ledger. That's all. If you want to send to other
Okay.
ledgers also, you can send. When you are setting the conversion option, you may select subledger.
Okay. So when we do this
Subledger.
posting means we are sending it to primary ledger. So when we are creating accounting, that means it is already in subledger. When we are posting, that means we are going moving it to primary ledger.
Which posting you are referring?
Post to ledger in any transaction, any receipt
Yeah,
we
post to
do.
ledger is nothing but we discussed, right? Create accounting entries,
Yeah.
transfer to GL and post in general ledger. That's all.
Okay.
You don't need to
Okay.
look at post. We have a create accounting program, right? That is the primary point you have to understand. We run the create accounting program in the subledgers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is a point you can consider. Or else,
Okay.
see, that post to ledger, generally we don't use it. For our understanding, like, see, every invoice, every payment, who is going to take post to ledger,
Right. 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 We
right?
run create accounting, but
In
one go.
one
Yeah.
go, we will submit the create accounting. Yeah.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
else you can schedule it. It should run every 2 hours once, or every day once, or every
Mm-hmm.
day, two schedule intervals.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So
Definitely.
that's how it is.
Lakshman,
Yeah.
if I use any FAH like financial accounting hub and load the data from third-party system, those also will flow to my reporting ledger and secondary
Yeah,
ledger.
yeah, yeah, definitely it will go. It will first you will come to your primary ledger because that is your real data only, right? Whatever
Yes,
comes to it will. If you want to limit, we have seen, right, source and category.
yes, yeah.
Yeah. With that you
Oh,
may restrict, but there won't be any need. Like say you have some loan management system,
yes.
okay, or else you have a insurance system.
Okay.
There you are not accounting. You have events,
Mm,
okay, some
yes.
claims, okay, some premiums, etc., etc. You have events in those systems. There you will create the transaction as per that system. That is industry specific systems. So those may have a accounting, or else they may not have accounting, or else there could be some partial accounting.
Mm,
To build a kind of intermediate stage called as FH. There you bring everything data you will bring into that environment. There you write rules and you will massage the data. Finally, you will do it. That should be done by FH consultant. That is not our job at all. Just to understand the question what you asked, yes, that also will send because that is also
oh,
related to
yeah,
accounting
that's
information and related to your company only. If some reason if you want to restrict, you can set that control like this should not be reported to your secondary ledger. That's all.
okay. Done. Fine. Thank you.
Yeah. Fine, we'll proceed now. Okay. That is secondary ledger concept. So fine. We'll see auto post, auto reversal. We have seen how to post the journals. What we are doing, we are clicking on post. That is a manual process. Also, we have seen how to reverse the journals also, right? We posted one journal. If no updates can be done, only the option is reversing. So you create a journal, you posted, you identified few mistakes, and now you are going to reverse it. Okay. But instead of doing manual process, you can automate it. You can automate so that system will reverse it. That we will see as a auto post and auto reversal. Okay, done. Fine. We'll see auto posting. So very simple topic. Just we'll set some criteria. Okay, we'll set some criteria. So which journals need to be posted automatically? We can set some criteria and you can schedule it, or else you can run whenever you want to run. Let's see that. So first we are going to create auto post criteria set. No multiple steps, only one setup. Here is the task. Manage AutoPost criteria set. Just click on create. Give the name as Alt-INC AutoPost, and you should enable it. Okay. This is use batch creation as a approval submitter, not required. Just enable it, and here provide the criteria. So you make your priority 1 and select the ledger. You can just implement for all ledgers also. And here you type Alt-INC US primary ledger. So specify the source and category. So which is source and which category of journal need to be posted, that you can specify. For our test, anything you can say, all means any source. You may create within the GL, or it may come from other applications, subledger or third party. All should be posted automatically, or else you can say maybe the journals which you are creating within the GL, those need to be posted. Whatever you are getting from subledgers, maybe you are selecting parameter as a post in GL automatically. So if you want to implement only for GL journals, select source as a manual. Manual means GL. Within the GL, what are the journals you create, those only posted automatically. So within the GL, which category of journals you want to post? Maybe category could be say adjustment journals. And which period? Here you can specify any period, all, or else you can click on search and select specific period, all. So balance type is actual. The journals want to create actual journals only, not budget, etc. So set this criteria and just say save and close. Now create one journal which will meet the same criteria. Source should be manual, category should be adjustment. That journal can be posted by system automatically. First you create, then we will talk about it. Create one journal and don't post it. That should be posted by system. If you look at this journal, you can see source is manual, category is adjustment, and ledger. For this ledger, the criteria is applicable, right? We auto post criteria set for this ledger only. We created criteria, and period is any period. Now it's a Feb. Since we selected all, for all the periods, it is applicable. Any period related journals, it can post automatically. Now just enter journal lines. Complete. And I'm not going to post. It should be posted by system. Okay, now I'm going to cancel. Fine. Now we are in the journal work area only. Within the same work area, if you go to task pan, here is the task called as run auto post. Click on run auto post, and here you have to select auto post criteria set. Alt INC AutoPost criteria set. Now, if I click on submit, what system will do is with this AutoPost criteria set, how many journals are meeting this criteria? What is the criteria? Source, category, which ledger and periods, all system will verify. If I click with the same criteria, how many journals you have? You may have 1 or 1,000, all will be posted in one go. Okay, you don't want to submit. You may schedule it. If you want to schedule this, say every 1 day or every 5 hours, system should run this program called as auto post journals. When system run this, it will look for the journals based on this criteria. Based on this criteria, system will look for the journals. Or you can schedule it. If you don't want to run, you can give this task to the system. Go to schedule. So select using a schedule. So this is applicable for any job which we submit across the applications. Okay, APR, CMFAR, any application, take any application. So any job you are submitting, this is applicable, this is possible, you can schedule it. All the time we are running like as soon as possible, means the moment you click submit, it will be triggered. Instead of you submit manual process, you can schedule it. Okay, using a schedule once, only one time when that is, or else you can say every day. Every day. How many days? Like days between run like every 1 day or every 2 days or every 3 days. This is how you can set. And weekly. Okay. So weekly every 1 week or every 2 weeks. All you can set, or else hourly. Okay, maybe every 1 hour it has to run. So when to start, when to end this program. Okay, otherwise it will keep running. You may set it should run all the time. Okay, or else you may schedule up to till December ending. Some date you have to give, right? So this is how you can schedule. So every 1 hour it will run this program. As per this criteria set, if any journals are available, system will post automatically. Fine, you can schedule. If you don't want to schedule, you can just keep as soon as possible. So at least you can come to this page and you can submit. You no need to go and identify the journal to post. This criteria set can identify the journals which are meeting with the same criteria and it will post automatically. Now just click on submit. It should be posted. We are not going to select any journal. We created journal as a T1, means testing one. So we submitted auto post criteria set. So criteria set can meet the journal whatever we created, same category, same source, same ledger. Period is all we given here, Feb period. So it has to post. We'll go and check. And you can search with the T1. Okay, search. If you see, journal is posted. We never posted. We didn't submit for posting and all. System posted. Okay, system posted because of auto post criteria set. Auto post criteria set, system posted. So this is how you can post it. In the same way, say there is one concept. Okay, there is one concept called as revaluation. There we have to reverse the journals, or else so business may post some adjustment entries. When they move to next period, they may have to reverse. You take any case. There are some certain journals which need to be reversed. So instead of reversing through manual process, that also you can automate. How to reverse the journal through manual process we have seen. We taken the case as if something is wrong with the journal, you can reverse it, system will create opposite journal. Now, auto reversal journal, very generally when we use. Auto reversal you can use. So when we deal with the revaluation concept, system will create the journal entry, revaluation journal. We'll understand what is the revaluation there, you can understand. Just I'm giving some kind of example. So when you do the revaluation, a system will create the revaluation journal entry. As per business, every month when you move to the next period, you have to reverse the previous month revaluation journal entry. So we run the revaluation system, will create revaluation journal, and when you move to the next period, this need to be reversed. Again, you may run the revaluation, again you will reverse and will move to the next period. Why we do so, when we deal with revaluation concept, we'll discuss. For now, take the point. So there is a need of reversing the journal with certain intervals. Whenever you move to the next period, you have to reverse previous. If not that, when you are closing the books, okay, business may pass adjustment entries, and whenever just you move to the next period, you may reverse them, whatever it may be. If you have a requirement of reversing certain journals with certain intervals, that you can set up by using the auto reversal. So that system will reverse automatically. You may forget, but system won't forget if you schedule it. So to meet that, what setups we have to do here? I think just we have to do more than one setup. We'll take the topic. AutoPost, what we did, just we created AutoPost criteria set. That's all. We can submit and or we can run it. When you talk about auto reversal, here additional step also you have to perform. Let's take it. Say first we have to create auto reversal criteria set. So that need to be assigned to our primary ledger. We have seen auto post criteria set, right? Okay, we have seen auto post criteria set. When we are creating auto post criteria set, within the criteria set itself, we given ledger name also. But in the auto reversal, we don't give any ledger. But this auto reversal should be applicable for which ledger? To that ledger, you have to assign this auto reversal criteria set. So create, then assign to, okay, primary ledger. Create auto reversal criteria set, assign, test or process you may run or you may schedule. That you can write run or schedule. The same applicable here also. Okay. So we'll see. First, we'll go and create auto reversal criteria set, and our system can reverse this. Setup and maintenance. Here is the task. Manage journal reversal criteria sets. Click on the same task. Just click on create. So it is taking a default name. You just update. You can name it as Alt INC auto reversal. Now auto reversal you can set based on the category. If you see auto posting based on the source and category primarily. Auto reversal based on the category only you can set. There is no source here. Which category journals need to be reversed automatically. So here I want to select only adjustment. All system is displaying, but what you want you can set. Okay. Adjustment journals only I want to reverse. Here you can select if you see the column reversal period. In fact, when we reverse through manual process, the reversal journal need to be created in which period we selected. We selected same period. Here you can select which period. Okay, it is same period or next period or next non-adjustment period. You have to select. Same day or next day, it's different. It's not related to our normal calendar. There is a translation calendar, transaction calendar. Like banks are going to use. Okay, banks are going to use this solution. They have to calculate the average balances. There they use a separate calendar like daily calendar. There this same day, next day is applicable. Normally for our accounting calendar, that is not applicable. Select same day. Okay. So same day, same period. The next day and all, it's not considerable here, not applicable. Same period. System has to create the adjustment period, reversal journal in the same period. And here you see reversal method and automatic reversal option. Reversal method, whether you want to use switch debit to credit or change sign, you select here. And you may set all these, but automatic reversal option, how it should work. If it is not in set to none, it doesn't work. So you may say reverse automatically, it will reverse. The reversal journal you want system to post, you can select reverse and post automatic, or else you may set reverse automatically. Anything is fine. Okay, system will create the reversal journal in the same period and it will post the journal automatically. The reversal method would be switch debit to credit and credit to debit. So this is how, for how many categories you need, you can set. Let's save and close. Done. Now we'll go and create one journal with the same criteria. That journal should be posted. Only posted journals only you can reverse it, because posted journals only you cannot update anything. You have to reverse, or else it may be some adjustment entry you passed, and you definitely have to reverse before you go to pass actual entry. Okay, so go to journals, click on task list, so create journal. I'm giving name as T2. Adjustment. Only criteria is okay, category. Criteria is category. And we did assign to ledger, right? We have to assign to ledger. To this ledger only, just we have to assign. Just assign to ledger. We created only criteria set. Nowhere we specified where this should be applicable. Go to ledger options. Here you can scroll little down. You can see journal reversal criteria set. Given the name as Alt INC reversal criteria set. Now this is applicable for our ledger. Within our ledger, if any journal is available with the category called as adjustment, that can be reversed automatically if the journal status is already posted. Go to journals, go to task called as create journal. Select category first, and later also you can select. Okay, save it, complete, and directly click on post. It posted. Okay, it will be posted. Now, this you want to reverse automatic. Manually, you can go and reverse. So what you can do is you can go to manage, show more, then go to reversal, and you set reversal period. See, system is taking the reversal period automatic. How it is taking? Because on criteria set we created that we assigned to this ledger. As per the criteria set, reversal period is same period. So journal creation period is this. Reversal period also system is selected already. Now directly you can go and do perform the reversal. It's not posted. Otherwise it will show. You can manually also you can do that. But our plan is automatic. The journal is complete. Now see, you can reverse it. Already the period system selected as per reversal criteria set. But you don't want to do this manually. You want to run, just you want to run this. See, auto reversal, run auto reversal. Now select reversal period, same period only. Fifth. If you click on submit, so within this ledger level, what reversal criteria set is assigned with that reversal criteria set, how many journals are available with the posted mode, all those journals it will reverse. Or else you can schedule this, how often system has to run. You may say like every month first it has to run, or every month end it has to run, so that reverse that adjustment address will be reversed, then you will take the necessary actions. This is how you can do, or you schedule it, or else directly you can submit it. Go to basic, means no schedule. So you can click on submit. When you submit, it will look at ledger options level for this ledger, which reversal criteria set is available. With that, any eligible journals, it will reverse. Submit. We are not doing this activity through manual process. You may schedule or you may run it. That's all. Now go to manual journals. So here you just search with T2 we taken. It will create one more journal, reversal journal. That is the reason we are taking this. Search. So T2. And we have other ledgers also, right? Secondary ledger also. For that also it will report and it will reverse. You see here, this is the original one, whatever we created, T2. Okay, you just open. This is one we created. In this ledger we created T2 journal. And here you just open and see. Okay, this is as per reporting. Okay, reporting ledger. I think we disabled and we didn't save or what. Not sure. Ideally, if it is disabled, it won't go. And it is reported to reporting ledger also. And reversal. Whatever the ledger, it will go like it will reverse. If it is reporting ledger data directly, you can see from here also. So you see here, within this, reversal journal is created. Within our primary ledger system, the debits to credit, credit to debit. It created automatically. If you want to see this is created because of which journal, you can go to show more. Okay, so this is the original journal is this. Against this journal, this reversal journal created automatic. Okay, so go here. So for this is original journal T2. It got reversed. What is the reversal journal? Here is the reversal journal. This is so this is how automatically system can perform the reversal based on the reversal criteria set what we create. That's all about reversal concept. Okay. So
Sir, here
yeah,
in this page, we can see the journals what we have created in our primary ledger plus whatever is there for reporting
by
ledger.
default, you will get access to reporting ledger.
Okay.
Secondary ledger you don't get. With your primary ledger, how many reporting ledgers are available, that
Hmm.
Oracle will give you access. So you don't need to assign any reporting ledger. What we did is, from India side, who wants to see reporting ledger data. Accordingly, we created a user and we assign the roles. To that role, we assign the reporting ledger.
Yeah.
Against your primary ledger, if any reporting ledger available, by default, you will be able to see the data.
Okay. Okay. But if you secondary ledger, I mean, we'll
Second
need to
ledger,
switch
no.
the ledger.
The
Yeah.
secondary ledger, you should get access. So then only you can see. Reporting by
Okay.
default. That's how they given
Okay.
structure.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Here I am stopping. If any questions, let me know.